Today we are going to read about a chapter. The name of the chapter is The Black Spot. Now, in all of your life, there must have been certain incidents that have happened that must have made you feel very sad. Now, sometimes all of us encounter a day or a two where we have continuous bad things going on with us. Sometimes we lose somebody, sometimes our loved ones fall ill. One or the other thing goes on in the same pattern. So it is just how we react to the situations. Sometimes things come us directly, sometimes things come to us indirectly. We are not knowing that this thing or might happen with us in the next couple of minutes. So this story is actually a suspense. In this, there is a suspense where a person gets an indirect warning through a card. And after 5 minutes of that indirect warning, he dies completely. So what is the relevance of black spot here? We are going to read in the chapter. So first of all, you should know that there are three main characters here. There is the narrator of the story, who is a young man. He has recently lost his father. His father was an old man and he was the owner of the inn. Now, what are these inns? These inns are usually a kind of a small restaurants or places where people can eat, drink, or stay for 1 or 2 days. So that old man was the owner of this inn. And that old man had a boy also, who's the narrator of the story. I mean, who will be dictating the story to you. Apart from these two, there is one another person or character, which is a captain. He is an old man and his behavior is very rude. He never speaks to people properly. He is always, being shrewd to others. So now the story starts with that this person, this young boy, is feeling sad because he has lost his father. And it was an unexpected death. His father was ill, but he did not imagine that his father will pass away soon. Now, children, with passing of a close one, what is the other thing? The responsibility of the entire family, the responsibility of this inn came onto his shoulder all of a sudden. As of now, he was just living his proper life. As soon as his father died, the entire responsibility of managing this inn came onto his shoulders. So he was shocked. Everything happened so fast. He lost his father. He had to take care of the inn. And things were going so fast that he actually forgot about the third person who was living in the inn, which was a captain. He actually forgot about captain. He forgot that the captain is also living with them because there were so many things. His father died, so they had to prepare for the funeral. The relatives were coming, the neighbors were coming. There were so many things that this young man completely forgot about this captain. Now this captain was weak, right? His body was not weak. He has actually suffered a stroke. After that stroke, his body had eventually become very weak. He was not able to walk properly. When he used to walk anywhere, it used to feel as if he's walking with heavy heart or heavy body. When you are young, you can move comfortably anywhere. But when you are weak or when you don't have the energy to walk, you feel a little dull. So this captain was very dull. And because of this illness, he has become rude. When you're in a healthy state of body, you're in a healthy state of mind. You will speak to people in a better manner or in a better way. But if you are not healthy, you will feel disturbed. So same was the thing with captain. Because he was not in a good state of mind, he always used to shout on people. And just one day before the death of this young boy's father, like when the young boy's father was died, just one day before, this captain was singing a very old sea song, a very sad song, unnaturally. When the day when the young boy's father died, just one day before, he was singing a very old sea song, a very sad song. Now, what happened after the funeral? This man got upstairs and he completely isolated himself from everybody. Now, the young man was in the ship, he was standing in the ship and he was just watching outside. He was just remembering his father and he was feeling extremely sad missing his father when he noticed that there was a blind man coming onto his way. There was a blind man who was coming and he was using his stick. Now, suppose this is a ship. There is an inn in the ship, like there is a restaurant kind of a place, and this is a gate. So from the gate, an old man was coming. He was blind. He couldn't see. Why? Because he was using a stick to locate his path. And the young man was sitting and he was just looking outside the gate. And then immediately he saw that the blind man is coming. And he was just moving here and there and he was asking, can any good person on this ship help me to meet the owner? He wanted to meet a man, the blind man. He wanted to meet the owner and he said, can any nice person or any good person help me to meet this man? Now, since the young boy was standing, he saw that the man is blind. He wanted to meet someone. So, in a courtesy manner, out of courtesy, he went close to the old blind man and he held him gently. That, sir, I will help you. Come with me. I will help you to go wherever you wanted to go. I will make you sit inside the inn. Now, as the young man came close to him, what did he realize? The blind man hold the hands of young man very tightly. Though he was weak, though he was blind, but he catch hold of him very tightly. The old man held him so tightly that the young boy could not relieve himself. Suppose if I hold this hand tightly and you're not able to move it. The same condition happened, though the young boy was more energetic, more healthy, but the old man, the old blind man, held the hands of the young boy so tightly that at one moment, young boy started feeling panicking. He got terrified. He said, this man is a blind, and look how much strength is he holding me with. And in the next moment, the blind man said to the young man that if you don't take me to this captain, now he gave a warning that I want to meet your captain. And if you don't take me to the captain, I'm going to do something wrong. Right? He just explained, he gave a indirect warning. Now the young boy got more terrified. He said, I don't know what kind of a man he is. He is blind, he cannot see. He just came suspiciously from one gate, and now he wants to meet this very old captain. So the young boy had no other option, but he took the old man, this blind man, to the captain. Now, when the captain came down from the upstairs and he saw this old man, this old blind man, the captain was scared. The captain felt a kind of a illness. He was not able to meet him, he was not able to go and talk to him, but the captain was terrified. Now, since the captain was himself terrified and the captain was, his face expression showed that the captain was not happy, the old man and captain had some indirect exchanges. And when the young boy saw that both of them are communicating indirectly, there were more questions in the head of young boy. What is happening? Abhi, my father passed yesterday. Today, this blind man came, and now the captain is not feeling comfortable. What is the connection between the two? What are they doing? What is happening? He was totally clueless. Now, what the old man said, the blind man came and he said, "Go to your captain and get his left hand to me. I mean, give his left hand to me. I have to pass over a card to him." Now, listening this, the young boy even became more curious. Now, what is the matter? What is the factor? Now the blind man came and he asked that you go and get your captain's left hand. So the young boy went to the captain. He said, please bring your left hand forward. When the captain brought his left hand forward, the blind man kept a small card in which there was a black spot. In that card, there was a black spot, and that card he handed it over to him like this. And the card was closed. Now, before they could all read, before they could understand what's the matter, this blind man left the area, left the scene all of a sudden. He was gone. After handing over the card, he immediately left the place. Like he could have waited, he could have explained what's the matter. He just put in his hand and then he left. Now there was the young boy and the captain left all alone. And when the captain opened it and he saw, then there was an indication of pirates. That black spot was an indication that pirates are near and at any point of time they can attack your ship. Now, this old man who came, he had given an indirect warning. I hope you all are aware of the pirates. Pirates of the Caribbean, you must have seen. So the pirates are people who are kind of a thief, who can steal, who are the thief of the land in the sea, who are stealing money or who are stealing property in the land. So pirates, they came and they said that the pirates are going and they're going to attack you very soon. Now, as soon as the captain understood that his life is in danger, he started becoming more sick and sick. Now there is a contrast. The young boy was always afraid of this captain. He never used to speak to him. He never bothered to speak because everybody knew if they speak to the captain is going to shout at them. The captain is going to scold them. So nobody ever dared to speak to this captain. But now seeing that card and seeing that his death has already approached him, the captain started weeping, or the captain had an expression of fear. The captain understood that his life is in danger and probably in next 6 to 10 hours he will not be able to survive. Now watching the captain in this way, this young man who had always feared talking to him, this young man who had never spoken to him started crying. He had tears in his eyes, and finally, before he could find out how to solve or how to save this man, this captain died an unnatural death. Now, maybe it was because of the extra stress that he took. Maybe it was about the extra tension he took in his head. This man finally, the captain finally died. Now, in the end, the young men say that this spot had made me more vulnerable to sadness because in a consecutive events, just last night, 2 days before, he lost his father. And the other next day, in a very unexpected state of mind, he saw the captain also dying. So it was extremely unexpected. And though the young boy never liked the captain, he cried for his death. So this was the chapter how a black spot indirectly told the death, indirectly gave the indication of a death to the captain.